Damn it, Bobby, this just ain't right.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bobby G. We back with another video. Today we're gonna watch some of the Flight Mike. He dropped this joint a couple days ago, the self-destruction of the WNBA. Let's see what this shit got.
Been a professional for less than a month, so is it reasonable to assume that she should be on the Olympic team?
Reality is coming.
Okay. I don't think Caitlin Clark's one of the 12 best players right now.
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. A lot of ifs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone an entire week without making an update on the WNBA. But the interesting part about this story is there is consistently a brand new form of pettiness that we get to cover each and every single week. Before we get to the content, we are on the grind to 1 million subscribers. I'm trying to figure out something to give away to celebrate the accomplishment, so let me know in the comment section down below what we should do. Make sure you sub and turn on our notifications to help us get there. Now that we get all of that out of the way, cue the intro.
This long ass intro.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Carl Jung once said that a man's greatest vice is lust, whereas a woman's greatest vice is jealousy. And nothing has been more evident than in this saga surrounding Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. From the very beginning, as she was entering the WNBA, Diana Taurasi, who is considered to be the Tom Brady of the WNBA, primarily because of her longevity.
She really is.
To the sport,
Diana Taurasi's the GOAT.
hype her up. As a matter of fact, kind of did the opposite.
Right? When the college guys come out, they're waiting for them. I mean, Camilla's coming, Caitlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
You know, there's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're gonna see it on this side, where you know you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're gonna come with some grown women that've been playing professional basketball for a long time.
There's so many angles that we could take this to, including comparing.
Hey bro, I love SVP's show. Late night after a basketball game. It's the best show.
Diana Taurasi, who by the way just made the Olympic team, to Caitlin Clark's statistics, which by the way they're pretty much identical, only Caitlin Clark is in her first year in the WNBA and Diana Taurasi has been in the WNBA for 20 years. It's actually her birthday today. Happy birthday, Diana. But that aside,
hey, happy birthday, Diana Taurasi.
In regards to the WNBA, we were comparing Caitlin Clark to Victor Wembanyama in terms of the amount of earning potential they receive, and it's no question Victor Wembanyama gets a significantly higher rookie scale contract than Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark did something unprecedented following that. She got a $28 million Nike shoe deal. She's getting other WNBA players some benefits as well. Now, WNBA players are taking chartered flights. Asia Wilson just signed a deal with Gatorade. WNBA players are actually starting to eat, and people are watching the WNBA. Everybody's eating. It's not just Caitlin Clark. But the true insanity of this is the fact that WNBA players hate
everybody gets to feed off of that. Everyone reaps off of the viewers and the money and the revenue and all that shit. Come on now.
The true insanity of this is the fact that WNBA players hate Caitlin Clark. And when you compare the way the WNBA is talking about Caitlin Clark versus the way NBA players were talking about Victor Wembanyama even before he entered the league, there's no comparison.
For sure, a generational talent.
The league's really in trouble when he comes in. I want to see how it plays out.
He's incredible, man. Like, I believe in 2045, everybody is gonna look like Victor.
And that's where the true absurdity of the situation begins. It's the fact that the NBA
bro, I hope not.
Up its players each and every
if in 2045 everyone's built like Wemby, like what hope do you have as a young kid wanting to play basketball? You better have that backup plan, bro, for real, because if you're not 7'4", shit.
Single year, when there is a good draft class, when there is a player that could be the next coming of LeBron James. There's a reason why that joke exists. And I even had my own questions about Victor Wembanyama. I was worried about his ability to stay healthy because of his stature and his size. I was getting kind of annoyed over how much he was getting overhyped by the media. But I have to admit, Wemby definitely lived up to the hype. And we were about to see some truly remarkable basketball.
Yeah, Wemby tough.
At the end of the day, at a very fundamental level, NBA stars are going to be hyping.
Yeah, Wemby's tough. Wemby is him.
Big player, the next big prospect. It's what causes more fans to tune in. It's what causes the NBA to sign bigger revenue deals, and as a result, NBA players are getting bigger and bigger
5%.
contracts each and every year. By the time Victor Wembanyama's rookie scale contract expires, he might be eligible for a contract that pays him $100 million a year annually, which is absolutely insane.
100 M's yearly? Oh my gosh, bro. Nah, that is different. That's like MLB. That's what MLB players make, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
But that aside, you're not seeing NBA players say,
wow, Victor Wembanyama played on Mets 92. Mets 92 isn't even around anymore. He sucks at basketball because he was playing against lesser competition.
All they did was hype him up and say that they're terrified of when he comes to the league. But you're never gonna go to your opponent and say,
this guy is trash. I'm gonna kick his ass easily because he's trash.
You're gonna say,
this man's a
oh god, they never talked down his competition level or whoever else he was playing. And overseas, they just, all they did was hype him up, bro, and they welcomed him into the league. And now look at Wemby, he's thriving. Everybody wins, bro. W move from the NBA. Now the WNBA.
Accomplished so much, but I am better than him.
But you're also gonna hype up your opponent, so it's an achievement if you do defeat him. Or it doesn't look as bad when you lose because you lost to a worthy opponent. So discrediting Caitlin Clark's achievements is already a bad look considering all that she's done for the league. But it gets so much worse. In our previous videos, we discussed Kennedy Carter's attack on Caitlin Clark. It happened out of nowhere and Angel Reese absolutely loved it. Kennedy Carter
attack is I would say attack is probably a stretch, bro. Okay, it was a hard foul. It was a non-basketball play. I don't know about attack. She ain't straight up like attack her, but there was definitely a non-basketball type play.
Carter would then go on to social
we'll leave it
media
at that.
and say that Caitlin Clark doesn't do anything but shoot. But probably my favorite part about this entire exchange was when Angel Reese was asked about the situation. And you could see as clear as day why Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark. And it goes all the way back to you.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because
damn, so Caitlin Clark been paying rent in her head for like 2 years now. She been serving the rent for 2 years. You're hating at that point, bro. Just let it go, bro. Let it go. It happened 2 years ago. Move on.
yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games.
Thank you. Thank you. Because of who, bruh?
Sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
I think it's so funny to watch this all go down, and it's gone to a point of pettiness that could really handicap the WNBA. I mean, don't get me wrong. People care about the WNBA. More people watched the NCAA Women's National Championship game last year than the Men's National Championship game last year, which is absolutely insane, and I honestly didn't think we'd ever get to a point where it was like this, but it was. And a huge part of that was Caitlin Clark. Well, Caitlin Clark was invited to Team USA's training camp, but they left her off of the Olympic team. There are multiple reasons for this, and here's one of them according to the legendary Dan Patrick.
I don't think Caitlin Clark's one of the 12 best players right now. Now, if you want to have popularity, she's number one, and it's not even close. Team USA is dominating. They will dominate again. They always dominate. It's a given. They're going to win the gold medal. Do you want to have Caitlin Clark on the roster? And if you do, who are you taking off? And how do you tell that person, hey, we want to have the popular girl on?
Now, I understand, Dan, that she is not one of the 12 best players, and hardcore WNBA purists might say,
Mike, Arike Agunboale deserved to be on Team USA more than Caitlin Clark.
Do y'all think Caitlin Clark should be on Team USA?
But Arike Egunbowale is trying to play for the Nigeria basketball team. She definitely deserves to be on the USA basketball team. She's absolutely cooking this year, averaging 27 points, 5 assists, and 4.2 rebounds a game. She's averaging 3 steals a game. That's insane. But she wants to play for the Nigeria basketball team. She literally turned down Team USA to represent Nigeria. So that aside, you might be wondering, why wasn't Caitlin Clark invited? Well, there are multiple reasons. The first one is absolute insanity. According to USA Today, via 3 unnamed sources, Clark's submission from the team was due in part to concern over how Clark's millions of fans would react to what would likely be limited playing time on a stacked roster. Ladies and gentlemen, the concept of having a young NBA prospect that has virtually no professional experience.
Bro, you don't think we would already know that? Of course she's not gonna start. Come on, bro. That's some BS. I smell some bullshit.
The concept of having a young NBA prospect that has virtually no professional experience on Team USA isn't new at all. Christian Laettner, who was considered to be the next big prospect in the NBA at the time, coming out of Duke University, played on the Dream Team alongside Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and one of the top 3 scorers of all time, Karl Malone. In 2004, Emeka Okafor played on one of the worst Team USA rosters of all time, and this is before he played a single game for the Charlotte Bobcats. And then in 2012, Anthony Davis played on Team USA as well before he played a single game for the New Orleans Hornets. My point being that this isn't a relatively new concept, and you don't need to be one of the 12 best players in the WNBA, but even if that is the case, bear in mind, Caitlin Clark is having a more statistically dominant season than Diana Taurasi is, who has 5 Olympic gold medals. Why do you need a 6th? You're 42 years old. Pass the torch on and try to hype up the next generation of talent. Now, thankfully, there's a more realistic reason as to why.
Oh god, bro, when is Diana Taurasi gonna retire? Like, a serious question. Has she ever like made a statement? I know reporters ask her and shit. I've never really heard her say anything about that.
Caitlin Clark wasn't invited to Team USA, and this is probably the real reason. It has nothing to do with her fans being upset with her lack of playing time. If anything, that's a good thing, because those fans would at least tune in for the chance to watch Caitlin Clark. Maybe they watch Caitlin Clark and realize that the WNBA has a plethora of talent, and they become fans of other players. I mean, I know personally, I found a brand new player that I'm in love with, and it's Kalia Cooper. How can you not be a fan of a woman like this?
What does the bench have to do?
Yes.
What did you?
I was saying that the bench didn't give a lot of production here. What they got to do to help you all out as what they did in the previous game?
What they got to do? What they do last game? That's a real question? You for real?
No, what I'm asking is just really trying to get an idea of what they need to do.
So what the bench do the last game?
They actually played well. They played well.
So what they do this game?
Today they didn't do well this game.
Okay, so what they got to do? Score, right?
Yep.
All right, bet. That's it, right? Yep.
Bro, these WNBA press conferences are so funny.
She ain't got no time for that shit.
I've been sleeping on the WNBA.
She ain't got no time for that.
So much pettiness and so much sassiness, and it's so entertaining each and every time. I mean, you remember when they asked Kennedy Carter why she did what she did to Caitlin Clark, and this was her reaction?
Yeah. After the FIBA
I didn't
score.
answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough.
I would not have discovered these players if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark's
That's enough. Bro, that is crazy. There's so much salt in the air, bro. You can almost taste it.
I was calling Kennedy Carter Chetedy Carter in my last video. I'm serious, but I digress. The real reason Caitlin Clark probably didn't get invited to Team...
Yeah, for a while I thought her name was Kennedy Carter too. I'm not even gonna lie. Hey. We learn something new every day.
USA is because WNBA stars don't want to play with Caitlin Clark in the Paris Olympics. New levels of petty. I hope they understand they're squandering an opportunity to promote the league and in turn potentially lose money in the future. So I hope it's worth it. Now, in response to the report that I mentioned yesterday over the limited playing time, this additional report says a few days ago, Angel Reese and Kennedy Carter took shots at Clark, pointing out that she's not the reason why the WNBA is so popular. Now the league's superstars could think the same. If true, that would be an extraordinary admission of the tension that this multi-million-dollar sensation, who signs autographs for dozens of children before and after every game, has caused for the old guard of women's basketball. The two people spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter. It's absolutely hysterical. I can understand being jealous of the fact that people care about the WNBA because of this woman, especially when you're probably closer to retirement than the beginning of your career like Diana Taurasi. And it's hilarious seeing people trying to rationalize.
Bro, she's literally the new Steph Curry though. My fault, bro. I keep itching my damn armpit. Sometimes, like, you know how your armpit just gets itchy? She's literally the new Steph Curry, bro. Like, you haven't seen a talent like her. Go back and watch the Iowa highlights. I know she's hooping on some college girls, but compare that to like some of the other highlights of these other cats. Put them together side by side, bro.
Caitlin Clark's popularity. I mean, they literally said it was because she was pretty and white on The View.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. Part of it is about race. Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white.
Which, look, man, I don't really take Caitlin Clark's appearance into factor here. Maybe some people think she's beautiful. Maybe some people don't think she's beautiful. Personally, it's not something I thought of when I watched Caitlin Clark play basketball.
Dog, good looking or not though, you watch her hoop, it's like that shit don't even matter. It don't even matter what the fuck she look like, just see how she hoop.
The real reason I love her is because of plays like this. You see this defender pressuring her? She doesn't complain. She gets the ball, gets into a little flex set, and then she cuts very hard, screens, curls, loses her defender in the mess, and takes one of the cleanest jumpers you've ever seen for three. That's why I love Caitlin Clark.
Bro, give her like 3-4 years. Oh my god, I promise you, we talking about the next Steph Curry of women's basketball, bro.
Her jump shot looks smooth as silk.
This ain't nothing new.
The part about this is the way she's handling it.
This is nothing new.
Her interviews are so professional, and she never buys into the pettiness. I mean, look at this interview when she found out that she didn't get into Team USA.
Excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, you know, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics. So, yeah, it'll be fun to watch them. And then we all know how talented that team is. Like, you look at that roster, and a lot of players I've already had the opportunity to play in this league that are just so good. And, you know, I know they're going to go out there and dominate, and I'm going to be watching and cheering for them. So
she showed love to the people that don't like her, and probably the best part is when she was asked if a spot was available for her as an alternate, would she take it? And this is what she said.
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. A lot of ifs. So, like, you know, my main focus is on the Fever. Like, that's what it is. If USA basketball needs something, you know, I have a great relationship with them, but the 12 they have selected are really great players, so I think they're in pretty good hands.
What is Salesforce? Is that like their sponsor or some shit?
Great coach, selection committee did a really good job, so yeah, just focus on the Fever and what we can do to be better.
At the end of the day, I hope WNBA players start to embrace her and understand that they're all eating because of her. I hope that their pettiness doesn't get in the way of the WNBA flourishing, because they pretty much found their first star. They found their Michael Jordan, at least in terms of star power, not in terms of achievement on the basketball court. They found a person that's a big enough draw.
And honestly, I wouldn't say MJ. Steph Curry just hits right for me because of the way she plays, bro. So I don't know.
Watch her play. And probably my favorite part about this is she's even taken a Michael Jordan-like approach to this situation, saying, hey coach, they woke a monster. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this latest news? I'm gonna make sure to keep you guys up to date on the WNBA. It's probably my favorite new type of content to cover. I'm personally really excited to continue bringing you guys WNBA content, but if you missed what happened last week with a player literally
WVid from the flight mic, I think that I mean, she said she's gonna use, she said that they pretty much woke up a monster. That could mean whatever, honestly, but she's using it as motivation, so that's not against her rights. That's a W. Can't get mad at her for trying to motivate herself. But let me know down below what you guys think of the whole situation with Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. I know I watched another video where Flemlo was kind of going over what he thinks and his perspective. He doesn't even really watch the WNBA, so I guess first thing I would just throw at him, honestly, or anybody who watched that video, I had a salty Splatoon down in my comment section. Bro, Flemlo doesn't even watch the WNBA. He literally says that in the beginning of his video. Bro, take 10 minutes aside and watch just some Caitlin Clark highlights. It's not like the hype is just there for no reason. Let me know down below what you guys think. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. It's free 99. Fuck with your boy and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's gonna do it for this video. I'm gonna catch you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. Peace.